Okay. Welcome, everyone. We're starting a bit early. Welcome to our show, Footy Fantasy Podcast. I'll be your host today. My name is EJ, and I have with me, we'll start with Bola since he's an old head on the show. Welcome, Bola,
Thank you.
Liverpool fan. Liverpool's flying high right now, so Bola is excited. He's ready to take over the show. I think the show is probably too Liverpool for me. I don't know. We'll see. All right, and then we have our newcomer, Chudi, Manchester United fan. Welcome to the show. Oh, you have your shirt. I didn't notice that. Awesome. And we are waiting for one more person, but we'll let him join us. I don't think he may not join us today. He is a Real Madrid fan, and you guys know what just happened to Real Madrid. So I think he may be he's either still watching the match or he's crying. I don't know. I'm also a Real Madrid fan, so I'm not really happy right now. But the show must go on.
Can we pray for y'all real quick?
Yeah, but this jersey, this is a vintage. This is
Well, tell us more about this vintage jersey.
It's so sky.
this is actually back in 95, 96 when we still had Umbro. If you know this guy,
Oh, okay. What is he? The king of football. One is the king, one is the god.
Eddie Cantona.
Okay.
This is it was a different era.
Different era. You guys are miles and miles away from that era right now.
Don't worry about that, but yeah, it was just a different era. Don't worry about that. Just keep positive.
Okay, we'll keep it positive. We'll keep it positive. We're gonna jump right in. Okay, we're gonna start with, even though it's a few days late, an Arsenal Liverpool review. And
Okay.
I think it's late because Arsenal and Liverpool have both played matches since then. But let's talk briefly. Let's talk about that game because I think just in the race for the top of the Premier League and then top four, that was a key battle. So we'll start with Bola. Tell me what you thought about that game, what you took away from that match.
It was a solid match. Arsenal played really well. I've got to give Arsenal some credit. I know some Man United fans don't like it when I give Arsenal, compliments, right? But Arsenal played extremely well. You guys have come a long way. The first half was pretty tense. I can even give the nod to Arsenal a little bit. I thought you had slightly more of the chances in the first half, but the game was very even. It was almost like both teams were trying to feel each other out. Arsenal were very smart in how they pressed the ball, and it almost became like a game of just who can control the middle, and then who was eventually going to finish. But then we went in for halftime. We came out and we started putting a little bit more pressure. But still, even though we started to apply more pressure, we started to score some goals. I was very impressed with how Arsenal composed themselves and how much they've improved since the last time we played them. So overall, it was a very close match. It was a very tight match, but eventually Liverpool's quality came through. But definitely Arsenal, keep your heads up. You definitely played well. So kudos to you guys.
Do you have anything to say before I jump in to defend Arsenal?
Anything else I need to say?
No, Trudy, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Now, those are good points, and I'm happy you gave Arsenal the kudos or some kudos.
For me, I agree with everything he said. He pretty much nailed it. It irks me to say, but I have to give Arsenal. It's Arsenal right now. I believe they're truly the most disciplined team in the league right now. And when I say discipline, forget quality. When I mean discipline is everybody is doing their job on that field. Everybody is in their position, one thing. Maybe on a few occasions you see the Xhakas here and there, but no, I can't even criticize. But Arsenal is maybe next to City, but they're the most disciplined team in the league. And you could just see at the end of the day, just boil down to quality. And when you're playing a team like Liverpool, where everything is just working out for them, everything is working out for them. It's when you get one opportunity, you cannot have a loose, you cannot miss an opportunity, you can't afford to. So that's what it boiled down to. By the time I think they missed that first chance where the steal that Lacazette got, and this guy was trying to finish it. and it got saved. The minute that happened, and I think there was another chance again. After that, I was like, yeah, I could already see where this was headed. Like, I don't think I finished. I already kind of saw what was going to happen. Something silly would happen, and the game would just, everything would just dilapidate. But yeah, that's really it, really.
I think those are fair. I mean, you guys echoed each other. I think I will echo you guys as well. It's true. We we've come a long way. Someone like me that, I watched last season, I watched how we finished last season and then jumped into the season. We started 3 losses in a row. We're bottom of the league. I mean, obviously you can't really take that into you can't take that with too much salt or whatever. But we started climbing, clawing our way back, and then now I would say we're solidly entrenched in fourth spot. Well, you can say argue that we're not, but we're pretty much right there. We're the holders of the spot, and we have a game in hand. But but no, I think that game was a test. It was a big test for us. But then again, even though we didn't pass, it was still the display was important. It was important that we put up that kind of display. And people are trolling saying that okay, yeah, this is the good. What does Ayo call us? Ayo calls us the good performance FC, and he's saying that we're happy that we're performing well against these two clubs. I put City and Liverpool in the same category, but it's like, what else do you expect these kids to do? Saka at 20, like they're putting in shifts, they're hanging in, and they really hung in on Wednesday. And what Trudy said was important because when we missed our chance, Odegaard missed that chance, and then there was a few. I would say Martinelli had a few. Like Martinelli had what's his name, TAA on, just like he spun him around in circles, really, and that's impressive because last time we played you guys, we couldn't even come into. We weren't pressing well enough to like impact the game at all. But yeah, today I watched Liverpool's match against Nottingham Forest, and those folks missed one important chance. I thought was if they had gotten that chance, they were 1-0 up. And I kid you not, just it turned back, went to Liverpool. Liverpool scored, and that was the game. Like it happens with Liverpool. If you don't take your chances, you lose. And it's very disheartening, and I'm very jealous of Liverpool. But it's the fact right now, and I keep saying we have 3 years to catch up. I say it everywhere. In 3 years, Salah is going to be 33, Mane is 33, Van Dijk 34. These people are going to age out of being good, and my boys are going to be 23, 25. They're going to be coming into their own, and by then, Bola, your team is. If you don't replace those players, we're going to be in there. We're going to be in there. I think I have a lot of faith in Arsenal. I think that's what I took away from the game. The fact that I think I can trust Arteta a little bit more, and we have hope. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yep. All right. So now my favorite topic for the weekend. Actually, I don't know if it's my favorite topic, but we're gonna jump in anyway. Quadruple, Liverpool. I think I'm jinxing you by asking this question, right? But if you had lost today, then it would be a treble. You didn't lose, and you guys held your own. And one fun fact is that Liverpool has not won at Nottingham Forest ever, apparently. Like they said, 12 times you tried and 12 times you didn't win. So I was thinking that there was a chance that you may not win just based off historical jinxes, but then you won the game. Now you're still on, and you play City next in the FA Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else? You're up to Premier League, favorite to come through in Champions League. You already won Carling Cup or whatever they call themselves now. Are you saying that there's no chance for Liverpool to win the quadruple this year?
I'd never say there's no chance. But we're a very professional team, so you're going to get very professional answers today. And I think we're in a really dream position. I don't think that we're favorites to win the Premier League, but we're right there. And that's all we can ask of our team. Same thing with the Champions League. I thought at the beginning of the season, that was the 1 tournament that I thought would really be our best shot to win something big. And, we're right there, and we got a really, I don't want to say we got a favorable draw, because if we do win the next round, we got to play Bayern Munich. And I believe we play at Anfield first and Bayern second. So no Anfield magic in the second leg to rely on. But I'm really happy with our team because we put ourselves in position to be up in contention for the quadruple. And at the beginning of the season, if you had asked me what would be my expectations, what would I want to consider this a good year, that'd be either the league or the Champions League. And the fact that we actually did our thing in the Carabao Cup was refreshing, and it was amazing, and that's a nice garnishment. The fact that we're doing really well in the FA Cup as well, that's also a really nice garnishment. If we're able to do all of it, I think it'll be unprecedented, but it's a little bit unlikely. And especially since now April is going to be Man City month. I think we're now playing them 3 times in a row, Champions League. So no, the league, then the FA Cup, and I think there's one more other time that we might be playing them, because is the FA Cup a double?
I think the semis may be 2 legs.
2 legs, right? So I think we're playing them like 3 times in April already, and Lord knows what will happen if we both reach the Champions League final. So, each day at a time, we'll take it step by step. Hopefully we can keep rotating our players, and hopefully we'll be refreshed. So we'll see.
Let me take this quick comment real quick, because I think this is Jola. This man trying to be respectful when we all know he's an Agbero. Thank you, Jola, for tuning in. And Bola is always professional, even when he's trolling people. He does it in a professional way.
I don't know what Jola is talking about. I keep it even kill, my friend.
What do you have to say about this quadruple chance or opportunity?
You know how much it stresses me out, like just the thought of it. It bothers me. It bothers me the fact that it's actually feasible. Like it's actually feasible. Just from how they're playing. When when Liverpool started the whole thing, they came out swinging. The one time they missed out at the Champions League final, I remember that time. I forget what year it was, where they missed out Champions League final, and I was like, no, that's it's because of this. How did I put it? I told my guy, I was like, no, that they don't have depth. They lack depth in the team, and this is this. If a Salah goes off for this, you have somebody like a Shaqiri or Origi come in, like these guys are clown that they can't be taken seriously. And if they go to African Nations Cup, it's a wrap. But then look at bringing in Diaz. You see this Minamino actually swinging, and you see, then you look at the midfield, and they've done it all. Four solid centre backs. They have full backs. They're ready. I cannot knock them. I don't have any angle, any holes I can pick at this point. Bloody, even their backup goalie, like the man is even solid too. Like I don't have any holes to pick, so it irks me. It's one of those things that I try not to think about too much, because God forbid it happens. I might not show my face again for a very long time. I don't know how I'll face the guys that I play ball with. I don't know how. I can't do it. I really can't. And so it definitely can happen. I hope it doesn't. I hope a treble does not even happen. At this point, it's still wide open. Like you said, Champions League. I know Pep at this point is willing to lose a left finger for that Champions League. He's willing to sacrifice the Prem for Champions League glory. And honestly, I'd rather Pep win a double than Liverpool try to win a quadruple. Like, for my sanity, where I said it, for my sanity, I'd rather let Pep do whatever he needs to do, just for my sanity. I cannot just. The Liverpool fans, and especially the ones that came out from the woodwork, is just too much. Like, it's not healthy. It's not healthy for my mental state. Like, it's just too many of them that came out from the woodwork, and everyone is talking about history all of a sudden now. Like, it's gotten to a point of, it's just very annoying now. So, but yeah, it is doable. I don't think it would, but it is very doable.
Okay. I'm going to take these quick comments. Okay, this is a correction. It says semis of FA Cup is just one match at Wembley, which is cool, right? Because one and done. I think you guys have a better chance if it's one and done than trying to play City twice, even
Yeah, I
though
agree.
Chelsea did it and beat them all 3 times,
I
which
think
still
Carabao
makes me upset.
doubles. I think I'm
Do
not
what?
sure. No, one of the semis is 2 legs. Maybe it's the Carabao Cup. I'm not sure.
Yes, the Carabao Cup was definitely 2 legs.
Yeah,
But
semis.
most of all the games were 2 legs. Like we were in the semis against Liverpool, the Carabao Cup, and we played Liverpool twice.
Yeah.
Beat us. No, they beat us only one time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fluke goal. It wasn't fluke. Second one, if Liverpool wins the quadruple, I honestly will have to stop watching football altogether. It'll be unbearable. Their treatment is something to be jealous of.
I'm exactly that.
Yeah, I
Men-
agree.
That's
Like
where
you said.
If Liverpool win the quadruple, Oga Kwame and I, we have to do a show together. I think it'll be amazing.
God forbid. No. No chance.
Said I can see Bola blushing when Trudy was churning out his praise for Liverpool. Well,
I was happy.
anyone would blush, I'm sure. Well, I also wanted to point out that Trudy said he would rather see, as a United fan, he would rather see City win a double,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Well, I guess it's not that interesting because your ancient rivals are in Liverpool, right? So who cares?
Yeah. And City has already done it. They've already done double before. They've done that before. Like, you know what? Just for peace sake, like let's just keep it that way. And no, we can't do it. Liverpool quadruple for what? No. It's not healthy. No.
I'll add my comments. I think would it be nice for football history? Sure.
No.
I'm just saying, like for football history,
No.
if it happens in our lifetime, that's on the record books. Like it happened in 2022. However, I know too many Liverpool fans, and I also cannot. You can win 2. I give you 2 out of the 4.
Which 2?
I don't know. But I can't.
FA Cup and Carabao.
FA Cup and Carabao.
Oh, okay.
I really want Liverpool to push City. I want Liverpool and City to die on the line for the Premier League.
Fair enough.
And if you lose, then that may be better. But I know it's not good for your heart, but
Actually,
I want it. It's more drama. I want you guys to go.
Actually, I'd rather them even win the league because I don't think I'm ready for City back to back. Let them win the league and FA Cup, somebody else takes it. UCL, somebody else takes it.
So you want us to have 20?
Yeah, I have it. It's okay.
Okay, have 20. 20 with United. Okay.
Then a
You
quadruple.
guys know you're at 19.
We're at 19.
Wow.
We want to go 20-7.
Oof.
It's gonna come this season or next season at this point. It's
Yeah.
what I've come to terms with that as the United fan. It's going to happen. It's not gonna stop. Nobody can compete against this nonsense, man. Madness.
We just put our faith in God, and we'll see what happens.
No. Doesn't work.
Inshallah FC.
I'm going to take one more comment before we leave this. Trudy saying he would rather want the City to win. It's just like Liverpool saying they would prefer Everton to win anything. That's becoming Manchester United. As a Liverpool fan, I want. This is a Liverpool fan. Of course, they'll say this. Sorry.
Hey, I'm a realist, right? I've seen the team. I've watched them for so many years. I've accepted what it is. And what I've accepted what I see right now. I know what I see. So when I hear these things, I know it's possible. Them winning the league again, it's going to, it's either this year or next year, unless something crazy or drastic happens, which I hope. But realistically, what are the odds? Like something crazily drastic has to happen. I hope it does, but realistically, from a footballing perspective, I have to be honest with myself. It took a lot of soul searching to come to this place. I have to be honest, but would I rather that than potential trouble or God forbid? No.
We're just a humble team that just chugging along.
Actually,
at the beginning of the season, people were saying that Tuchel was better than Klopp. So that Liverpool are finished and we're not going to go anywhere.
Who said that?
A lot of people that said Van Dijk was injured.
What people?
A lot of people go
Everybody. Van
Who
Dijk's not going to be the same again.
who said that? Where?
Pepe's going to run past him again. You know, we got no firepower. Salah's a one-hit
Nobody
wonder.
ever.
So, you know, with all this stuff, you know, as Liverpool fans, we just, we just take it one day at a time. You know, we thank God for the little blessings that we get each day. You know, we just move along with the flow, and each win, we say thank you and we move forward and we focus on the next team.
I remember January when Liverpool, half their team went to African Cup of Nations and they were truly crying. In fact, all Liverpool fans thought that that was what's going to make their break their season. But
Oh,
what happened?
I'm one of them.
Yeah,
I honestly thought that I thought the league was probably going to be a little bit too much for us because I was worried about the Africa Cup of Nations. But we got a
yeah,
couple of breaks and that
yeah,
fell our way. Corona, I think, delayed one of our games, so
yeah.
that December pileup wasn't as bad as what it could have been. And then we signed Diaz, which gave us some fresher legs up front. And we just piled away some of these wins. So we actually did better than I thought we were going to do. And by God's grace, we're just 1 point behind Manchester City. We'll see what happens.
I still say that the tiebreaker would be the City game. So we'll see. I think whoever wins that game wins the league.
And that was. I mean, as any normal football person, when you see that type of situation, complain about depth and all that, like those guys found a way to wriggle 2-3 months of their big names out of the equation. They figured it out without a problem. You go recruit Diaz. Diaz comes from a different league, entirely different continent. Comes in there and starts swinging. Like, I mean, what are the odds? What, even Sancho did not come out swinging for us. Like, nobody comes into a new league. The last time we had somebody like a forward player, if I can recall, okay, maybe the likes of the Drogba's then, or even Papi Cisse when he came with his jazz that time at Chelsea and just started scoring goals that nobody could explain. You don't have that. Look at Diaz just comes in. No, he doesn't even speak English. He just comes swinging. Like, you cannot fight against the kind of madness. Like, you can't. It just has to just
It has
destroy.
to run its course,
It just
and its course is 3 years.
Culture.
One more. Liverpool fans cannot complain about FSG ever again.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We're deep now. We're deep now today. But are we going to be able to keep Salah? Are we going to be able to keep Mane? Are we going to be able to keep Firmino? The whole idea of being deep is so that you have all of these players at your disposal and so that they can, they're fresher for longer.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing my history of FSG, I'm not confident that we're going to be able to keep all of our attacking power. I think our defensive power will be okay for a little bit. But we need to be able to maintain this, and I'm not confident that we will be able to. So
Salah
we'll
wants
see
four
what
hundred
happens.
thousand dollars. I heard.
And he
Or
deserves it.
he
He
does,
deserves
but
it.
are you guys going to pay him that?
Probably not. And
Yeah.
that's upsetting. Like I heard that we're connected through a couple new names, and you know, I think that our culture is really strong so that new players can fit in. And I think that our scouting team is really, really on top of it. So they know the attributes to look forward to, so that they know that it fits directly into our style of play. But every time you bring in a new person, it's a risk. And I heard us being linked to two new players, and yeah, they look great. They're doing their things in La Liga and in Portugal, but will they be able to fit in seamlessly if we were to lose Mane and Salah? I don't think so. So I don't know. My hope is that we're able to keep Salah, pay him whatever he wants to. We've been cheap for so long. Like our players are being paid less than I think Rashford would be like one of the top or the highest paid player at Liverpool if he was at Liverpool. So
Wow.
we need to do something. We need to pay. We can't be so cheap for so long. And I know there's a couple of our fan base who, are protective of FSG's pockets. I'm not one of those people. Either pay up or play up, So
I agree. I think he should play. I think he should be paid. If he doesn't get paid, he will leave. And
yeah, was it 200,000
Yeah.
pounds a week? Like,
that what he's at?
yeah, I think Rashford's like 250.
Yeah, he
No,
should be
Rashford
way more than that.
50.
Yeah, Pogba 400.
No,
Yeah.
So
do something too. It's not 250. It's low 200s if I recall.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I hear you and I agree. And I personally don't think they're those. I don't think they're those kind of players. To be honest with you, if you ask me, because I feel like they're not going to meet the 400. They're going to come down to somewhere in the threes or something like that. Though I don't think Salah will be absolutely bent on that figure. Like, look, I need this number, this, because at the end of the day, because the minute you do it for one, you're going to disrupt the culture, and it's something that you have to follow through. We learned that lesson, Manchester. We learned that lesson the hard way. We started it, the likes of bringing out the Rashfords, and then everybody else starts following suit. Like we do the hair, which much deserved, the Pogbas, the just all sorts. Matic, just everybody. I mean, Mata is close to 200. He doesn't even play. Like we just started renewing and we started doing it. But the minute you do it for one and just let it rip, like you're going to it's a kind of worms. That's one thing that I mean. Everybody, Manchester has set precedents who have done this thing, so they need to know how they adjust. They need to know what they're doing. But I don't think they're those kind of players, to be honest. I feel like you have won the Champions League, you've won the league, they've won everything at the club. No,
Except FA Cup. They haven't won FA Cup now.
Fine, okay.
You mean under Klopp?
Yeah.
On the Cup.
Yeah, Klopp hasn't won the FA Cup yet. That's the last one.
Okay, so I mean, at this point, like, there's nothing you're looking for per se. Yes, you would want a certain amount of money, but is 50, 80% or 70% that much more crucial over to 100% kind of thing? Like I don't think they're those kind of players, but I think they'll come to an agreement. That's for sure.
I think hopefully they come to agreement, but I the difference between Man United and Liverpool with regards to breaking the wage scale is that the players that we're trying to pay, or the players that I feel should get paid, deserve it. Rashford shouldn't have been getting that much money so young, right? Like he has time to develop and grow. Salah has proven his worth. He's done it year after year after year. Now, I'm not going to go give, Harvey Elliott $200,000 straight away, but the players like Salah are looking like I'm at the top of my game. I'm one of the best in the world. And I'm looking at other men who aren't as good as me getting paid, almost double what I'm getting paid. And that's not necessarily right. And then also as an African too, like I feel like, Liverpool have done well in really having representation of African players and black players from around the world, but some of these players need to get paid as well. I know it's great that we're able to find Mane from Senegal and Naby Keita from Guinea, but pay these African players as well. So pay Salah, let him pay, and then Van Dijk, if he will deserve a pay increase as well, and all in favor of that. And then someone lower down the pecking order that wants to flex their muscles, and they can go and we can get someone else. But the people at the top of your club who are leading the culture and leading the way, doing what they're supposed to do, scoring goals, keeping us defensively sound, you pay those people.
I think the risk you also take with Salah, who's won everything at Liverpool, is that he will come out and say, I've won everything I need to win at Liverpool and I'll be okay to go. Like, I think that's something that you should be afraid of.
Agreed.
Yeah, so he would easily leave if a better offer comes.
Yeah.
Just because he has won everything there.
Yeah. He says he doesn't want to leave, and I believe him. But I feel if we don't get this secured, he's going to go on a free. And we can't.
When is his contract end?
2023.
Oh, so next year. Oh.
Yeah. So we're almost at 1 year away. So he deserves it. We should definitely be paying him. And I get it. Like if we have to sacrifice someone, I get it. We may have to sacrifice somebody, but my hope is that at least we can maintain a certain level of firepower. And Salah has got to be one of those players that we got to keep. Same thing with Virgil van Dijk when his time comes up. So.
Good points. Good points. Someone said, or Jola said, Rashford on 200K is like going to Family Dollar and spending $100 on red plastic cup.
He won't have made that comment when Rashford came out swinging during those what was it 2017, 2016, 18 season where Rashford was playing with a broken ankle as our only forward when we got through PSG in the was it quarterfinals of Champions League.
Quarterfinals.
Nobody was making that come. People, do you know how many fans that came out like, oh yes, this is well deserved. This is this. Everybody justified it at that point in time. Every
Mm.
there was no Man U fan I could find that was like, you know what, maybe not. No, people were like, look, let's keep this man, this. Let's hold on to our own. Everybody was running this, but now, of course, it's going to look crazy now, right? Reality, everything has cleared. But
Hindsight is always 2020.
yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Hindsight is always 2020, and I agree with what Bola say. Like, probably shouldn't have moved him from that price, from what he was, to that quickly, because the man legit went from a youth contract to that. Like, he went from there, he started his went from youth contract to that. That was literally what SAF Sir Alex was avoiding against Pogba back in 2011.
Well, the
When
first
Pogba
time,
eventually, sorry,
when before Pogba left the first time.
actually 2012, yes, the first time,
Hmm.
2012, because I think it was 2012 or 2011. He left. That was the next, no, 2013. That was a season when he brought Scholes back, and Pogba felt slighted. Like, wait, why would you do that when I'm here? You bring this man out of retirement. And then he was asking for a certain kind of money from his youth contract. His agents were asking for that thing, and it was like, nah, we're not doing that. You either take the youth contract like everyone does, and or leave. And he went to Juve and made his name for himself then, right? But we had those core rules set in place, established. But we decided, hey, you know what? We made this call on Rashford, and we did it. Nothing against Rashford. I still love. I'm a fan of
Hmm.
his. Nothing against him. But like Bola just said, there should have been a way around it, because that literally opened up a can of worms from Lingard to start asking questions. The same man that had not even set an assist for how many years start asking questions like, "What's good with my own contract?" And you have other people that are barely even playing, like just trying to see if they can finagle their ways to get more money, because
Hmm.
what he's doing it. Freaking 18-year-old Rashford has 200K in the bank. Like, what kind of nonsense is this? So you set that precedence, and that's it that follows, you know?
Okay, so Jola is saying that he doesn't believe everyone was on that boat. 200K and the 10 jersey was too quick. Is he wearing number 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hindsight 2020 again. Dep- let's put this in perspective. Depay collected number 7. People collected. Let me not even start and bring up history, because this will just get me to another place here. But I mean, yeah, I can see a point. Hindsight, yes, but
Hmm.
initially, that there was that initial effect of, should I call it enthusiasm, like, oh my god, one of our own, like, let's see what this can do, like, this is this. Rashford was becoming a cult hero. Like, he was becoming a hero. I remember that day, like, this man was limping on the field playing, and people were commenting on it, like, oh my God, this man, he fought for that color. He did this. They gave all that story. I did the same thing too. I never justified the 200K, but I didn't sweat it too much.
Hmm.
You know, I was like, okay, you know what, this doesn't make sense, but okay, let's move on.
I feel like
Yeah.
we went through that drama as well at Arsenal with paying players a lot and then regretting it. But Arsenal is a bit different. They always give the players the money, and then the next year, the players form either dips and then they regret it and then try to push the player out, like we've done twice in a row now.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
And we go and see these players go and score, uh, what you call it, a hat trick at Barcelona. All right, this will help me segue into our new topic, El Clasico review. Did either of you watch that?
I
Yeah.
saw the first half.
Okay, I
I,
saw the first half and the I think first half of the second half
Hmm.
before I had to like find my way out. But what do you guys think? We don't have a Real Madrid fan. I'll represent Real Madrid since I that's my second club. Obviously, walking into the game, they had their all black jersey. said they've only won it once. I was like, these people are going for a funeral. They're going to kill people. I didn't realize that they're going to their own funeral.
Mm-hmm.
He did 3 goals, 2 goals very quickly in the first half, and then I think it was 3 goals in the first half. No, it was 2 goals in the first half, the second half.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'll say something is that was a very painful watch for me. Very, very painful watch. I'm a fan of neither of the teams, but I would say one thing first is um, this loss today is Ancelotti's. Like this is all up to Ancelotti. Should just take this blame. It's not even about some players made mistakes, blah blah blah. Nah. Honestly speaking, he did not need to tinker with the side as much as he did, especially during an El-Clasico game. Like, you do not do that. There was absolutely no need for all that, the whole false nine for Modric and trying to push him beside Valverde, whatever he was doing or whatever he was attempting. Stick to what you have been doing. Put in another focal point. Asensio cannot play the number 9 role, but you have a Mariano, you have your was it Jovic or Jokic or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
Jovic. Put both of them. Put one or the other there. If they don't put in any goals and whatnot, at least just get some form of stability going. Then, as the game goes on, you can now weigh things. And this was not a game because of the absence of one player. Yes, I know Benzema does a whole lot more than just the goals. A lot of his things come from the movement. He frees up a lot of space for these people, which no conventional number 9 does, right? But at the same time, I thought he took way too many risks. Like, that game could have easily been 7-0. I counted a lot of chances. The Ferran Torres chance that missed, the chance that he missed. And there are people, I mean, it could have easily been 7-0 at this point. It would have been a new record at this point. So, again, I just put it on Ancelotti.
Yeah, I don't know why Ancelotti did that either, but Barcelona were just up for it. They've been coming along strong. About my blood clot Yang. Shout out to my guy Troops. But he was on fire. He's on fire. The whole team, the way the team was just moving around.
Yeah.
Like, even if Benzema was there, the way how that movement was going is like, I don't know if anything that was Real Madrid could have done on that day. And sometimes everyone just has their day, And shout out to Barcelona. They're doing it. So they're trying to claim that number 2 spot. I think Real Madrid are a little bit too far ahead. So that sometimes happens. A little bit of complacency gets built in. But my summary would be Barcelona just wanted it more. And it showed.
Yeah, it definitely showed. I think the whole time I was just like, these people are just playing harder. They're playing better, faster, very sharper. Even all about that, I was like, dude, you are falling on you're acting like you were truly 35 instead of 33. And now you're just sharper again. I feel like that just solidified to me that he needed to. We needed probably a separation. It probably made sense for him to leave us. Okay with that. But yeah, that was solid display. And I'm gonna add Otto because Otto, I see that he has finally joined us. Welcome.
Yes, I'm sorry. I was trying to connect and I was having a very low signal. But besides, what a low performance of Madrid. I'm Madridista, but we played. We're not playing. We're not playing the Liga right here, but it was played like always, right? The ego was winning the Clasico, and it was about time to Barcelona. I'm happy that it kept the mixture of the competition, right? Because Barcelona needed this jump, but I was not expecting this horrible performance of Madrid. Horrible, whatever you call it, or they keep talking or keep saying about that we didn't have Benzema and we didn't have Mendy, a key players, 2 key players, and the defense and the forward. It looks like it comes to tell the audience that there's no way um, 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 Vinicius Junior is going to perform in the same way without Benzema. They need to each other. They need to each other, and also Mendy is a key player in the back. So low performance by Madrid. I have to recognize Barcelona played the game that I never seen playing this year, and it was today. And it just so happened that every time they come to Madrid, um, they performance well. So last game we won it over there, so they came over to Madrid and low performance, and when you low perform, you're definitely gonna lose the game. So it's sad, but hey, that's football, right? You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. So Bola brought a good point up. He said
Say again. What did you just say?
games with 16. There's like maybe a 12-point gap. It may have come down to 9 points. It's probably reduced now. They're 9 points ahead of Barcelona. Probably too far for them.
Sevilla.
Yeah.
I think Sevilla, not even Barcelona.
Yeah, no, I think Barcelona. I think we still ahead. Sevilla, like 10 points, right? Above Sevilla. And I haven't checked the score right now.
I think 9 above Sevilla because I think Sevilla.
Yeah, 9 Sevilla. So if they keep playing that way they play today, that I doubt that it's gonna keep playing like that, because this is like a wake up call, right? And you don't put it straight, even when you go back to Champions League. If you perform this way, there's no way Chelsea's gonna treat you this way. Chelsea's gonna kill you.
That's what I was gonna. What's your hope for Champions League now that you guys have lost this in this manner? I feel like it's a good wake up call, like you said, because I think Chelsea beating you guys again, because last year was painful.
I think every team needs this kind of wake up call, except you are from Manchester United, right? How many wake up calls you have? It's pretty sad, but Madrid, because the ego in Madrid is pretty high. They think they can win it all, and just because we always go back. This, I accept when a team performance is low. I accept when I always give credit to the other team, regardless what team you play. If it's a low class team or whatever, it doesn't matter. When they play against Real Madrid, every team, oh my God! I mean, they know everybody's watching. It's that scenario that it gives a different environment. So it doesn't matter what Madrid. So when Madrid play bad, have this kind of game, and knowing the team, knowing the city, knowing the team as a team, this kind of performance, make them put the feet on the ground and say, you know what is coming ahead, it's even worse. So if you don't perform, if you don't sweat the jersey, and you don't really take care of the logo, you gotta sweat the jersey, and that's a Madrid mentality that I do believe that this performance only happened, this game only happened with teams like Barcelona that knows the weakness of Real Madrid, because they play in La Liga many times. They played so many times every year, 2 times for sure, right? And sometimes when we get to La Copa del Rey, sometimes we get to performance an extra Clasico, and then I don't know what the Santiago Bernabeu have over an advantage over Barcelona, that when they come to our own field, it's just a different performance. Do you realize they played like they didn't play in the whole entire year? It's just amazing, just amazing. And besides, some people will be talking about the referee at the beginning. Remember the play where it was Modric, right? In my opinion, that was a red card. The referee didn't want to condition the game.
The
If it was a red card, it would be a different situation. But let's stop that. Football is football, and it happened, and that's the way. So that the next game is gonna be worse. No, that's not the mentality of Real Madrid. That's not the way Real Madrid is. And I know for sure his wake up call is gonna is gonna put some alarms in the whole entire team, and we need to change the mentality and the way that we play the game, to be able to compete, especially in Champions League. Needed preparation for Champions League. I don't understand how not having the key players from the starter of the game had to do like today. Why Ancelotti didn't use his tools the right way and the way it should be? I cannot understand why uh, uh, Bell still on the bench. I mean, in my opinion, Bell have potential still.
Was he on the
Excuse
bench?
me.
I heard he wasn't even
It wasn't
starting. He
Excuse me,
wasn't-
excuse me, Mariano. Seriously, better than Bell? I mean, it can be better. Um, and I believe. Um, uh, oh, hold on. I'm gonna read something. Estoy en un show, but sí. And I do believe that that the play that they have for today, um, uh, the play that they trying to the players that they're trying to use is just the way he managed the team. It was not a good time managing. I think they can do better, a little bit better. If we don't have the key players, we have to. I mean, I don't think Rodrigo is a player for 90 minutes. Rodrigo is a player that has to be in the second half, and his performance is going to be in 100% when he plays 30, 40 minutes. Because you see the way the Madrid start with that speed. That speed is he is a key player for that speed. But that speed you cannot continue having it for more than 20 minutes. And you see at 20 minutes, everything slow down, and we keep missing and missing. And when you miss, they definitely gonna score against you. So I think the management was kind of weak just because you don't have the key player, and I think he could be do better. I see there's a question for me. Can you compare your loss today to the way Liverpool beat us? Do
Like,
you think the two games are similar? I didn't watch it. I just wanted to know how bad the capitulation was. You can't compare. Um,
was worse.
I don't know if he's talking about against Liverpool. What in the Premier League?
No,
Liverpool
Champions
beat
League final.
United 5-0 in the Premier League, on their first meetup.
Well, you can't compare Liga games and Champions. The mentality. You watched the last game of Real Madrid against PSG, right?
Mhm.
I even have doubts about Real Madrid winning that game. And it's something in that team that when they play Champions League and when they have scores like when they are underdog and they are down 2 or 3, I don't know where they get that energy and that I think is the spirit. Champions League and Liga games are two different environment for that team. I don't know how to explain it, but Real Madrid plays different in Champions than in La Liga, especially they knowing that they win in La Liga right now. I don't know. It's kind of hard. I don't think there's a comparison. Two different competition, and also we didn't have Benzema. Without Benzema and a key player like Mendy in the back, that's a big key. I'd rather have Mendy in the back and not having one in the middle, or Luka Modric or Casemiro, which was the case with the last game of PSG. If one or two, those two guys are missing, one in the defense and one in the middle, that's gonna be like the chaos, like it happened today. And when the median, don't perform 100%, you see, Luka Modric was trying, but he didn't. He messed up a lot.
Right.
When that guy is bad, the whole team malfunction. And the only one that I seen fighting was Valverde. And and you need those three guys. That's the heart of the team.
I
When
don't.
the median is low, so you say Benzema is the key. Without him, Chelsea beats Madrid.
I, I
Yeah,
wou- I
you're
wouldn't
right,
say.
Sasa.
I wouldn't say Modric messed up in any way. It was more of just they played him too high. He was trying to play as a false nine, and it's again. I still blame it on Ancelotti. Like, Modric should not be playing that high up. He was trying to play him that high up and have Valverde right behind him, and then put what's his name, Casemiro and Cruz both in the middle to be sitting, to be holding right in front. It was a disaster the way they were going through that midfield. There was just a hole every time in the midfield, and Modric did not need to play that high. Like you said, personally, I wouldn't have touched Bill, to be honest. And I've seen what Bill, I mean, I wouldn't have touched Bill, to be honest. If you ask me, I would have taken a chance on either on a Jovic or even a Mariano. Just put a figurehead there. Put somebody there.
A real forward.
At the very least, you just wouldn't. Maybe you might not have as much opportunities created, but you will give a respectable performance at the best.
And like I said at the beginning, when we lose a game, let's not talk about how bad the performance of Real Madrid was. It's just why they didn't play good, because the performance of Barca was good. They didn't allow them to play, and that's the way it is. When we lose a game, it's because the other team did their job.
So sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I really want to say that, but I don't want to give Barca. I give Barca their credit. They played a game, but like Real Madrid was really poor tonight. Like they were going through that midfield like it was not even there. It wasn't. So that's why I don't want to say as much of giving the Barca that much credit. Yeah, they get their credit for they played good, but I don't think they played they probably gave like a 7/10 type of game today. Barcelona. Real Madrid were ridiculously poor. They were bad in that midfield was porous. They should have scored at least 4 goals.
They did try something that I see. I don't know if you remember at the beginning. Alaba was on the left, and they saw the weakness. But they were pressuring on the left. They switched him, and that was a big mistake because Alaba pretty much allowed the first two goals, and that was what I was saying. Mendy was the right person right there to Alaba play a little bit along his side on the right side. When your defense start failing like that, they keep testing you. They keep pressuring, and when they saw the weakness of Alaba, I say, okay, he switched to the side. We're gonna try it on that side. And majority the first 2 goals they came on that side, right? They knew he was failing, and that's the side of Mendy. That's because I see them play him a lot, and I see they spotted. In my opinion, Alaba is not to the level of Real Madrid. In my opinion,
I think you're both right to some extent, right? So I think that Barcelona had a really good performance, and Real Madrid was subpar. But the whole Real Madrid situation kind of reminds me similar to the opposite of what happened with Liverpool last year and makeshifting players. So my big thing is with Fabinho moving into central defense last year, left a huge hole in the midfield. With the game today, Modric being played as a number 9 did the same thing, but just in a different direction, right? And you got ran over completely in the midfield. And so I really believe that you can't really put players, you shouldn't makeshift players that don't typically play in that position or don't know how to do it.
And you saw
They should have played someone else up front and then have Modric in his typical position. So at least you would have more control of the game. So to that extent, yeah, that is Ancelotti's fault. But I don't want to take anything away from Barcelona. Barcelona played very, very well today.
Very well.
And Xavi's doing a really good job. And shout out to my boy
Can
Cameron.
you tell me in your opinion, who was tell me please, in your opinion, which one was the player that he was trying in that team that he was not in the position and not performed well? Tell me who do you spot?
Modric shouldn't be that far up front. So
let me ask
you. Modric is one of the best midfielders still in the game today. So you guys missed him in the middle. If you had Casemiro, Cruz, Modric, that is your typical midfield. You could have controlled and bossed it around, at least slow down the tempo when you needed to.
But
the fact, go ahead. Sorry.
Can I ask you just a quick question, right? Did you get to see the Barcelona Europa League game against Galatasaray?
A little bit. I was watching more West Ham, but I saw a little bit. Yeah.
If you saw a little bit of that, do you think they put in more effort in that game? I know it's a European game, but
Mm-hmm.
you think they put in more effort in that game versus today's game today? Like just from the little bit you saw.
No, I think they put more effort in today. Well, I think there was definitely a lot of effort in the Galatasaray match. I believe they came back from behind, but I
Yeah.
think El-Clasico means a lot,
It
especially.
El-Clasico means a lot, but I just felt like Barcelona gave like a 7 or maybe an 8, 7 over 10 performance. Like they didn't seem like, because even when, and this is my own judge, right? When Ferran Torres missed his chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even seem as, I mean, he didn't seem as overly concerned. Like that was like, okay. It's like, yeah, it was like, wow, I missed this. Okay, another one is gonna come. Because they felt the tempo of the game. They knew what they were seeing. He knew that another chance would truly come, and it did come.
Mm-hmm.
That was my own judge. Like I just felt like they would just seem to like put like a 7 over 10 performance. Like it didn't. It seemed more. The onus was more on Madrid, in my opinion. Like they played poorly. It wasn't. It was below average.
Watching the game, and again, I admit I only saw the first half, but watching the game, I was like, okay, Barcelona are back. Xavi's doing a good job, and he's got their team at least moving the ball really well. It's almost like the tiki-taka days were back again, like just the way how they were distributing the ball around, and Real Madrid didn't have any solutions. And the other thought that came to my head was, these Chelsea man are super lucky because Chelsea are gonna beat Real Madrid if Real doesn't get it together.
Yeah.
Chelsea's gonna go to the semifinals.
And
So
I don't want to hijack again, sir. I want to say one last thing, right? I
yeah.
also think that it wasn't just today that they're being found out, but it was even against the PSG game. If you ask my opinion, people say yes, Madrid had an amazing performance, and yeah, they had 10 minutes of spirited performance, right? They just killed everything. But to be honest, the onus was on PSG. PSG actually, to me, when people say what happened in that game, PSG lost that game. PSG threw that game away, and it was a simple situation where, I wouldn't call it simple, but Poch just couldn't take off one of the three guys up there and solidify and put in a midfielder and just lock up. But my point was that, like, people say, oh, they're the kings of Champions League. Yes, they have that winning mentality. It's only a few teams that can do what they did that day. But I think a lot of the onus is also on PSG. Like it wasn't like, oh, Madrid is overly fantastic. Yeah, they can have those moments, but I don't think a Tuchel team, a Chelsea, is going to keep them off a chokehold. Like these guys are going to come swinging. Chelsea would not play those kind of games.
That's why we're concerned.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Well, you know what they say, right?
Does anyone know the answer to this question before we move on? What is the deal with Marcelo? Why didn't he play?
Old? I don't know.
Absolutely agree. He's not to that level. If Alaba play like that, Marcelo, it would be probably 4 more goals.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's old. He's not to that level anymore. So that's why he didn't even try. Ancelotti is not gonna even try that. So definitely, that's the reason why he
yeah,
didn't play.
he's pretty much summed it. I think it's more of a speed thing. Rodrigo coming on that flank against him is the same thing as Xavi benching Alves, knowing that Vini was going to be coming on that flank. You just don't want those. You don't want that kind of smoke in this kind of game. So I can see where both managers came from.
Yeah. Going back to your point that you were making before, I think pedigree is real. Pedigree is real. You're seeing it with Liverpool now. Real Madrid have that pedigree as well. And I know you don't want to hear that, but sometimes you might not play at your best, but you still have the skills within you to see out a performance or to make that moment of magic, right? And what is that old saying that they say, luck is where hard work meets opportunity.
Yeah.
And I believe that's the truth. Like, you can't, when you have a team that I think Real Madrid, when they played PSG, yeah, PSG were dominating. Mbappe was fantastic. And so I do agree that PSG did let it slip a little bit, but you don't want to take anything away from Real Madrid. And Real Madrid has so much quality that they can hurt the best of teams at any moment, at any time. And so I would never take a team like that lightly.
Granted, fair enough.
And when it comes to rivalries, moving it back to this match, Everton, as shit as they are, they're always going to put a shift on when they play Liverpool. You know, Manchester United are always going to play hard when they play Liverpool. Barcelona will always play hard when it's against Real Madrid. It's just one of those glamour ties that's just always there. So
It's an icon game. Yeah.
it is. It is. It's one of the marquee games of the world, right? So you got to be up for those matches.
Absolutely.
And it's something special in that game that, like I said at the beginning, is just they play in the ego. That's the talk of the whole entire Spain this week to see who won that game. Even though they can be 11 points under, doesn't matter. But they won the Clasico, and that's pretty much about it. You know, but I agree with you, Bola. That you cannot take the credit of Real Madrid based on this one game, because they have what they have. They have what it takes to win champions, right? To win championships and competition. And it's just Real Madrid, and Barcelona is always against. If any other given team played like they will never play it against Real Madrid, they just utilize that moment to play it against Real Madrid. So when they win, every single team that plays against Real Madrid, they say, "Man, we're playing against this team, and we have to show proof to the world that we're playing against this team." So it doesn't matter who comes to play against Real Madrid. Definitely, the performance is going to be different, and especially Barca. So I agree with you, Wala.
Fair enough.
Very good, very good. I'm going to move on. Good discussion about Real Madrid and Barcelona. We'll move on to our quarterfinals. UCL Champions League quarterfinal predictions. And we're going to be quick about this because we passed the hour mark now. All right, so I'm going to name the team. I'll name the fixture, and you guys just tell me who you think will win. Maybe a 30-second spiel on why you think they will win. Maybe 30 seconds. All right, we'll start with Benfica and Liverpool. Bola, let's start with you. We'll just go in that direction. Bola, Judy, and then Otto.
Liverpool.
Yeah. Okay. Judy, what about you?
Liverpool, no surprises here.
Okay. Otto?
I agree with you, man. Liverpool, 100 times.
I think Liverpool is.
Liverpool. No, I mean Liverpool is. I think that's, in my opinion, that's the team that's gonna end up in the final. They have such a great team. So Liverpool definitely in that match.
I didn't think Benfica would come through. I thought it would be Ajax, but then they came through. So I think it'll be an easy win for you over both legs. Next, Man City and Atletico Madrid.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
It should be Man City. It should be Man City. It seems like the type of tie that Pep might try and overthink things, but I'm going to go with Man City, but it's going to be close. It's not going to be a walk in the park.
I think the person that will overthink it would probably be Simeone. He cannot do the same thing he's doing. I think Athletics' form this season this is the one season they've conceded the most goals ever since his tenure. So the whole defensive reign is kind of withered. Manchester United, we should have figured that thing out, because that was the weakest thing in that situation, in my opinion. But City, without a question, for me. I mean, just it has over two legs. It will be City, my opinion.
Okay, Otto, what do you think?
The same surprise I definitely agree with you guys. That's one of the games that the predictions are very, very difficult because at one end, Guardiola knows the Spaniard competition, and he knows Cholo Simeone. But at the same time, I see Cholo Simeone, and also the City have a magnificent team, and Cholo Simeone, just for the competition. I mean, he have a great team. He built up with a great team. So that game, it should be Manchester City, but it's gonna be tough. They're gonna play it. I think that competition is gonna end up in a second leg, all the way to extra time, barely tentative to penalty kick. That's the way I think. So I think it's gonna be City,
I
but
think
it's gonna be
City
tough.
too. I'm going with City. I think City will probably get to the finals.
Yeah. I'm very.
Next, we have Villarreal and Bayern.
Bayern.
Can I say my answer? Because that's my former coach, and I don't know why he's going this far in Champions League when he couldn't take us to Europa League.
AJ,
Did you give him a chance though?
I'll say one thing: do not sleep on Villarreal.
Not at all.
That is now even. I'm very sure of the City one, as much as you guys think Atletico is going to make noise. But the Villarreal and Bayern, as crazy as it sounds, do not sleep on these guys. That's all I can say. I think Bayern will still win it, but I will not be overly shocked if something crazy happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bold prediction. I think Bayern will win. I hope they win heavily. I'm just kidding. I don't care how much they win. Are you Bayern, Bola? You already know
Yeah.
Bayern.
I said Bayern, but I do agree. Villarreal, they're going to be tough, and Unai Emery's one of the best coaches in Europe right now. So I don't know what happened in Arsenal, but he's definitely one of the best coaches, especially in cup competitions as well. So
those are the teams like Villarreal, teams that you're never gonna expect what you're gonna get from them, especially if they don't have the pressure like the other team have. Because just being there for Villarreal is super for them. It's an extra. So what they have to lose? Nothing. But Bayern, they go against the pressure now. So and that's pretty. I will reserve my choice right there. So that's even tougher than the previous one that I just mentioned. Villarreal is very tricky, and Emery very tricky.
Yeah, you never know. Like if Villarreal pull it off, Man United might be in the hunt for Unai Emery as their next coach.
No, not.
I think he will fit perfectly in that team.
Oh my God.
I think he will fit perfectly there.
No, he won't.
I think so. I think that's your guy.
No, it's not. No.
I think my problem with Unai Emery is that his ceiling is obvious, and his ceiling is mediocrity.
Is what?
Mediocrity. Like he will be like in the league, he's always going to be 7, 6, 7, 5, 6.
That's not our guy. I'm good.
I mean, why is he sure? Even when he went to PSG, he didn't even win the league.
So who you want, Shooty?
Do you know what it is to actually not win the league with PSG?
Exactly.
Like you have to try not to win the league. Like to look himself in the mirror for having that sham happen with Lil. The other, I don't know what year that was. You have to try not to win the league with PSG.
Yes.
As a man, no.
But you're going after the other guy that didn't win the league with
Sadly,
PSG.
it's either he or Ted Hag. So that's the person that would most likely want more than anything.
I think Poch will get fired. I don't know. He won't win the league. Poch is the second guy you're talking about. Right? Okay.
He didn't win the league last year.
But he said he joined
halfway. Lil win it.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, he said
was it halfway through?
Like maybe 2/3 of the season. I don't know. He didn't join. He wasn't the person who started the season with PSG.
Okay. All right. I'll give you. Okay.
Yeah. But I think Yeah, that's an aside. But Chelsea, last one, Chelsea and Madrid. Who wins?
So
Before
Reverse
today,
order.
I said Madrid. After today, I am not too sure. But I
Mhm.
still hope Madrid, so I'll stick with Madrid.
I give my opinion after you guys. Go ahead.
for me, I have been Chelsea before this game.
Woo. Okay.
Chelsea and
Even though they don't have gas to fly to Madrid, rent a. I'm just kidding.
that's another scarily disciplined team. These are the disciplined teams that are making it. Everybody knowing their role and working it to the end. And with Madrid, with Chelsea, where everyone is they're figured, everyone understands the 3-5. They understand the system to the T. Everyone knows what to do, their roles, what's required of them, and those are the teams that are going to be up there. The Cities, the Liverpools, the Chelseas. Who else is? Or the Bayerns. These are the guys that they play that ball. So it's to me, it was Chelsea. Unless something crazy happens where we have another moment, which I highly doubt, my money is on Chelsea.
Okay.
Interesting.
Chelsea fans will be happy to hear that.
I'm just being honest.
I was Real Madrid until today, to be honest. And I know I made my comment about quality, and that's not taken away from Real Madrid's quality. But Tuchel has that team playing well. Is in the words of my boy Dada. Chelsea are the best team in Europe right now. So, I think they have enough quality, and also the whole Roman Abramovich thing makes them very dangerous. Where it's supposed to, if something doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. And this team are using that as, I don't know, a way to consider themselves underdogs.
They haven't lost a game since the whole thing started.
Yeah, not one.
It's like, why?
So yeah.
Things that you can't explain.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I will take Madrid in this time. There's many factors that I keep thinking that Real Madrid needs a game like today for Angelotti to stop figuring out or inventing to put people in position that they shouldn't be playing. One. Second, to keep everyone healthy for him to be able to compete on a different level. One thing, a third factor, it's like a revenge flavor for Real Madrid.
Yeah, it's true.
For the qualification of last year.
Yeah.
And this time they play in the Bernabeu. Closing at Bernabeu, not Valdebebas. The competition last year was outside of Bernabeu.
Okay.
This time it's going to be full of people. It's a big fact. That's a bigger factor. What was the factor when they played against PSG? The Bernabeu pack happened what it happened with PSG. So I will take in that situation, in that position with the third factor, I think will be my best advantage. The Real Madrid is going to play in a different play in the Bernabeu full of people, and like the number 12 for them, and a revenge flavor. And Madrid needs this kind of game, and thank God that happened today. So Angelotti won't be inventing position. I will take Madrid on that leg.
How long is Benzema out?
How?
3 weeks.
How long? 3 weeks?
That's what I heard.
I think he's gonna be ready. I think he was supposed to be ready, but today, but Real Madrid is not thinking about this game because the game was not a key factor for competition. Benzema will be ready for that game. Believe me. For you, for Champions League, he's gonna be ready.
Yeah,
I believe. I think.
Yeah.
Great points.
Good. And last but not least, our last segment, Kudos and Donkey of the Week. All right. Who wants to go first? Who wants to just...
I'll tell you today.
Who's going first?
You go.
No, you, Bola.
Me first?
Yeah.
Kudos of the week has to go for me to Diogo Jota. He's balling right now. He's doing so well, right behind Salah in the total number of goals for Liverpool this season. I'm just loving everything that kid is doing right now. Close second would have been Joel Matip. Shout out to my girl Linger, West Africa. But no, Diogo Jota is balling right now. But my donkey of the week, that's the easy one. That is going to Frank Lampard. Sorry, Chelsea. Frank Lampard has been terrible since he became the Everton manager, and I'm loving it. They are literally in a relegation fight, and although Real Madrid were almost in consideration for being Donkey of the Week this week, they lost 4-0 to Crystal Palace. that is bad. So Donkey of the Week definitely goes to Frank Lampard. May the losing forever continue at Everton FC. God bless.
Can just quickly on that, Todd's decision to join Everton and Everton selecting him as a manager was one of the most stupid decisions ever on both parts. And I don't want to talk about it because it's a different topic. Because at that point in time, you're facing relegation. Go find a Sam Allardyce, get Neil Warnock, get this Alan Pod. You get these people that know what the f they're doing. Don't.
Yeah.
Lampard is a coach you start a new project from, not that time of the season, but it was one of the most stupid decisions, and I've predicted like they're gonna get relegated, in my opinion.
Has Everton ever been relegated? I mean,
They will get relegated.
Never.
Have you seen their schedule? Have you seen what they Newcastle the best? They're playing Chelsea, Liverpool, they're playing us, they have a heck of a schedule in the next 9-10 games. They're gonna get relegated.
oh my god, I can't think about that. That's
Just what? They're gonna get anyways. For me, kudos of the week. So it didn't happen this week, and this week, this same person actually lost. Didn't really do good, but for me, is somebody I've just been monitoring the past week or so. Is coach for Middlesbrough, Chris Wilder.
okay.
And I did not understand what this man has been doing, and I don't know why. Because I loved his work at Sheffield, and now I see what he's doing with Middlesbrough, the same thing. And I went back and I started looking at what this man did and realized that this guy actually brought Sheffield from League One to the Premiership in 3 years. Like, first of all, that kind of stuff only happens in video games, in FIFA. Like, it's madness. The team before that was Northampton or something, I think. He brought them from relegation in League Two to winning them championship in the league the next season. Like, he promoted them the next year with financial difficulties. This guy is performing magic in our eyes. Even this Middlesbrough, when he took over from I think it's Warnock or something back in November, they were like 18th in the relegation table, and this guy now is on the 8th of the table in the championship with 2 games or a game in hand, with a chance of getting into the playoffs for promotion into the Premier League. Like, what that guy is doing is amazing. And at this point, I know some of my Man U fans will come and back me, but the man should be looked at on the low. If he's achieving all these things with damn near nothing, like, that man should be looked at, in my own opinion. I've never seen anything. Like, somebody should just go research what this man has done. It is remarkable, beyond remarkable, in my opinion. So that's where my kudos is. And I guess Donkey would. This is not football related, and this happened a couple of weeks ago. Probably then, when I listened to what's it called, the whole Kim Kardashian's comment on telling women that you're where you are, you should go work harder or something like that, saying in black and white, and I'm like, really? First of all, you of all people make that comment with a bold face? And I'm not going to dive deeper into it. And I just think people making those kind of comments is never as black and white like that, because there's so many elements of luck and opportunity and all those things that fall into place. And you can't just isolate it to that because that narrative is kind of working for you right now. It's just a silly comment to make, but that's it for me.
It's funny, when I first heard that comment she made, I thought it was a clip from like 2010. I was surprised to hear that it was something she said within like
We
2 weeks of when
with
I
a
saw it, or within a week of when I saw it.
with a bold face.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Otto, do you have a kudos and a
Yeah, the kudos based on because I had to pick kudos
Oh, sorry,
and
let me
donkey.
interrupt you for a second. So Olga Kwame is asking, who is Trudy talking about for kudos? He was talking about Chris Wilder with Middlesbrough. Okay.
The next Man U manager.
Yeah, he wants you to be
He
Manchester
should,
United
he
manager.
should be looked at. I said he should be careful.
Olga Kwame is going to kill you for saying that.
Go look at the man's record. You'll be shocked at what you see. Go look at his record and what he has achieved. You'll be shocked.
I support you.
Of course you would.
But no, I remember him with Sheffield. My problem is that he did get relegated. So whenever people get relegated,
Yeah,
I think their level
because they had 7 of their starters injured. Let me take out 6 players from Liverpool. Let's see how far they go. Let me do the selection. 7 players from their starters injured.
Okay, are you hearing? God, he's saying God forbid bad thing. That's not a fire record.
It always sounds that way first. Just research this man first and see what he has achieved. Research it first, and you understand. Research. Look him up.
Chance, come on. All right, Otto. What else for the week?
Since being of the Clasico week, because it's been the week. For me, I had to choose one of this game, and I was gonna pick the Gabonian, but actually the one that really won this game was Xavi Hernandez. Play out Ancelotti is not easy, and for that guy to inject something on Barcelona team to perform well in that scenario, that's a kudos. Kudos for Xavi. He lifted up that team to a different level. That it's just like my respect to that guy.
Respect.
He's showing the same class that he had when he used to play on the pitch. And I think my kudos are for that guy. To play out Ancelotti is not an easy cookie. That's a tough cookie to bid. And he did. He did tonight very well. He played him out. Yeah, and David Alaba. What a horrible performance of that guy. I don't even know why that guy is still there in the field, on the pitch. It just I try to make my numbers, and I say every ball that passed by that guy, he had a half a meter distance. I'm like, come on, man, charge. So I think he can do better, and I think that's my donkey of the week, based on the Clasico week. I picked my bows in that league, in that game tonight.
Okay. I'll go with my kudos. I'm going to go with Arsenal. I haven't heard from Arsenal for a whole hour, so I'll talk about them. I think the fact that we bounced back from Liverpool's match, which I was going to say when we were doing the Liverpool review, that Ramsdale was injured, they said, for about 50 minutes, which in my opinion coincides with the time frame that he considered those 2 goals. Because those 2 goals were near side. I felt like he could have stopped them. So, in other words, 2 lucky goals by Liverpool against us, and our goalkeeper was injured. So obviously we saw that he didn't play the match against Villa, but Villa was a dogged team. I mean, they didn't have any shots on target. We dealt with Villa. We held them off. And of course, you guys know we don't have a striker. In my opinion, that guy needs to move on. So he didn't score, but we had chances to score. We did score only 1 goal, and we're solidified. And one thing Bukayo Saka said at the end of the match, or at the end of the first half, I saw him put his arm around the ref and was talking to him. And I was like, what is he doing? But what he was doing was telling the ref, hey, I play a certain style of game, and you're not protecting me, basically. So I like the fact that he was speaking up, because these refs have, I believe, a severe blind spot when it comes to Arsenal. And they don't call things against us that they call for other teams.
Right.
So I think he's speaking up, and that will, I mean, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but I think he's young enough that if he speaks up now, that, it will help going forward. So I like that. I like the team's camaraderie. I think we look good. So we just bounced back after that game. So we lose the games that we think we should lose, aka City, Liverpool. I'm going to add Chelsea, because I think when we play Chelsea, we'll probably lose to them again. But the other teams are winnable, including United. Sorry. So we'll see. I think we have such a good chance, and we're peaking at the right time. So that's my kudos, the whole Arsenal team. My donkey is this Real Madrid. I don't know what I watched today. Like Trudy said earlier, they could have lost 6, and I was expecting this 6-0. I said it on Facebook. I was like, these folks are going to lose 6-0. And sure enough, they came close a few more times to losing that game heavier. And I don't think I've ever seen an El-Clasico with this heavy defeat. I think the commentator said 5-0 in the 70s. That was the last time they lost this much. So yeah, they're the donkeys for the week. And they better, I hope Otto is right that they sharpen up, because I don't want to see Chelsea go to the semis. They'll win it again. And that's
No one. I don't think no one wants that.
Yes, nobody wants that. Except apparently.
Nobody.
But no.
Yeah,
Okay.
but hey, good pick. You say the whole team, and I should have said that. Yeah.
Yes.
Not only one guy, right? Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
Okay. So this has been a good show. Good show. I appreciate you guys joining
It's
us.
also getting top 4 though.
Huh?
Do what?
Madrid? Madrid's always gonna be the top, man. Come on. You know
No,
it.
Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal.
Wait.
No. It's
Oh,
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Is Arsenal are they
I've
gonna
been
get
saying
top
Arsenal
4?
finished top 4 since January.
Hey, and you know what? You just AJ, you just got performance. That guy that scored 2 goals tonight, where he used to play?
Was it 2 goals or 3 goals?
2.
I think he
2
only scored
goals.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where he used to play. When he played for, he didn't score at all this season. I don't know what.
Okay. I think he's gonna perform it better in that team.
Yeah,
You can see it.
I think it's already clear. Yeah.
So what Arsenal don't have, this guy, it's just kind of weird how players change the environment and they just ignite.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think change of space, change of environment, like you said, changes everything for him. I wish him well. I unfollowed him on Twitter because I was like, I don't really need to see everything you're doing now. But I still like him a lot. You know, I'm still an Oba fan. All right. You
Great.
guys
Well, I think that's how great Arsenal are. Arsenal rejects are causing havoc all around the world.
where else are they causing havoc? Where else?
It's God that is actually freezing his.
All the former Arsenal players are doing their thing.
God, he wants to make.
I know, right?
It's God. Just let God be. See. God,
Goes like, ball, I stop.
Yeah. God. It's God.
Funny.
Okay. I am going to let you guys go. Before I let you go, everyone else, if you're watching, if you're seeing this when it goes on YouTube, just subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Footy Fantasy, and we're everywhere on social media. So follow us and like and share. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. See you next time. And watch football.
Great.
All right.
Great talking to you guys. And great hosting, EJ.
Thank you.
Have a good one, guys. Thank you for the invite.
Good job, BJ.
All right.